Good day, sir.
Which are you? Rich or restless?
No, Jack.
Can I sit down?
Yeah, be my guest.
Your resignation is in the hands of the assistant to the commissioner.
Taking us ready time, isn't it?
Well, we haven't been in any hurry to push you through the system.
Look, I enjoyed the job. I loved it, really, but times have changed. There's no room for the individual anymore. Job doesn't need the May-grade touch these days. It needs a bright young career man with legal training, a keen nose for office politics.
George, let's forget anything personal between us.
Jack, I've been a civvy up here these past few weeks. I don't even think like a copper anymore.
So that's it, then.
Please. I'm trying to digest powers of local government, and it's hard enough without your chit-chat.
How would you like the origins of man stuffed down your left ear?
Well, really?
So what will you do now?
Oh, I've got a few plans, you know.
I got a letter from her.
How is she?
Better off without the both of us.
Roll on death and give us a crack at the angels.
What?
It's a saying, Jack. Expression of contempt for fate.
Morning, George. Sweet Shanghai Road. Free man in a free land, wish for nothing more. Morning, Annie. Morning, George. Hey, Bertie. Bernard. Hey, Bernard. What's the hurry, Bernard?
Struth, Mr. B. What are you doing round this manor, huh?
Just passing.
No one just passes Shanghai Road.
What's your business in this neck of the woods, eh?
Down to see me married sister, ain't I?
Oh, hang on. Is she the one who works as a wheelman for Deduction books?
Wheelman? Look, Mr. Bulman, all my family's straight, right? Except him for some minor blaggings, what I've done.
Forget it, Bernie. I'm out of the Met now. Pure civil. Yeah, straight up. No brief, no cuffs, no little black notebook.
If you're just a civvy now, I could hang one on you, eh? Just for old time's sake, like.
Yeah. Want to try?
Nah, it's all right. I was just kidding, like. Crime won't be the same without you, you know.
On your bike.
Yeah, all right.
Watch out.
George, never seen so much of you. Like a fish out of water without a truncheon in your hand and bracelets in your pocket.
That's not swinging proper.
Proper enough for my punters, dear. Fancy another cuppa?
Oh, no, thanks.
All right. What's on your mind?
Me?
I know you, George Bulman. Social cause just ain't in your line.
Tell you what.
What?
Why don't you visit those grandchildren of yours in Australia? Climate's good for asthma.
It's an allergy. I'm allergic to dust.
House mites. But take a long trip. I'll buy the stock off you. I'll pay your rent, and I'll pay you for the keys. Go on. Sign it over to me, then phone your travel agent. Book your ticket.
George, you wouldn't.
I've got plans, Annie. You know how I like clocks and stuff.
Well, this stock's worth a fortune. Nearly 4,000.
2,800. Plus 400 key money in readies. What do you say, eh?
Do you think just because I'm 65 next birthday, I'm daft enough to hand over my business that I've built up all my life for a ruddy £3,200, George Bulman?
3-4. 3,450. Well, call it 75, eh?
In pound notes?
In pound notes.
Here's to Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Still Richard's Antiques, is it? Excuse me? Still Richard's, is it?
Oh, no, it should be redirected.
She'll have to fill in a form.
Yeah, I've no doubt about that.
So will you pass these on to her, or will I take them back?
Yeah, well, I'll post them on, but look, make a note with this for when you next time.
You still have to fill in a form.
Yeah, you said. Right, got anything for me in that lot?
What's the name?
Bulman, G.
Here we go. Want from the income tax? Want from Scotland Yard?
Oh, done.
I should really deliver them. I mean, how do I know you're G. Bulman?
Yes, quite right, Squire. Silly me. Yeah, I've got a blood donor's card here somewhere, plus one for donating my kidneys to some who unsuspecting bloke who's going to come out the anaesthetic with a hangover. There you are, all right? Thank you. So, there's an end to it. And let it be thus. Who does ambition shun and loves to live in the sun? Why, sir, it is me.
I went round the gaff a couple of times, but he wasn't there. Anyway, I've known old George a long time. He got me into the squad from the traffic department when I was his driver. 2 large Scottish, please. No, his time was up. He felt it, Gov, like an elephant.
Elephants only go away to die.
I think George has left to become reborn. Cheers.
You want to go easy on that gargle?
You two aren't D23 by any chance?
Who's asking?
Good. My dad said I could usually find you in here.
Your daddy.
I'm Lucy, Tom McGinty's daughter. Died last year.
How come he was Irish and you speak with a Scotch accent?
Well, the family name until 1944 was Mussolini. Does that give you a clue?
And you, Tom McGinty, a good copper, hard man, a rule breaker.
Seems like we're running out of them.
Do you want a drink, Lucy?
No, thanks. I'm looking for George Bulman.
Aye, well, he's not with us anymore.
I heard. Cast out.
Not down to Rubber Hill, darling. Just up and left.
So what's he doing?
Whatever it is, it's a million miles from police work.
Traffic accident. When?
Earlier this morning. She died instantly.
Sorry, I just can't believe it.
You a relation?
No, no, just a close friend. Just bought this place off her.
Does she have any relatives next to kin?
She's got a daughter in Australia.
Yeah, we need somebody to identify the,
Yeah. Right, where is she? It's definitely not Annie Richards. What made you think it was?
Well, her effects. Name, A. Richards in a laundry book. And a single ticket to Adelaide.
All this in her handbag or scattered about her person?
Handbag.
Can I see it?
Look, you're sure this person is not Annie Richards?
Dead sure. Oh, sorry.
Sounds like this victim may be stolen, George.
Could be a mix-up, though, Stan.
Oh, you gentlemen are acquainted?
Is it true you've left the force, George?
Yeah.
You're not the George Bulman we kept hearing about at police training college?
Only if it was slanderous.
Well, I'll take you round and let you have a look at the deceased's effects.
Ah, thank you. How do you see this?
Well, deceased is still unidentified. Yeah. Plus, the personal property of one Annie Richards requires A, to be restored to its rightful owner, and B, CID's going to want to know how it came into possession of deceased.
Yeah, you tried a flat?
Yeah, it's been rented to a couple of antique dealers.
Yeah.
They don't know where she's gone.
Are you George Bulman?
No. Place is shut just now.
Any idea where I can find him?
No. I'm just,
The painter.
see you later.
Oi, how did you get in?
I opened the door.
Ah, I swore that I locked it.
Oh, well, it was open.
Yeah, but I'm closed.
I'm not a customer.
Huh?
I'm looking for...
Annie.
Sorry?
Annie Richards, ex-proprietor.
Proprietrix.
Yes, indeed. A lady of letters.
I'm looking for the bloke upstairs, a Mr. Bulman.
Bulman.
George.
What do you want with him?
Well, I think that's a bit private, actually.
Private?
So, do you know where he is?
The child is father of the man.
Very profound. I'm sorry I asked.
Mr. Bulman?
Ah, yes. The very same.
I'm from Scotland Yard, sir. Serious crime squad.
Yes, Holmes, Dennis Holmes, D.I.
You're not that G. Bulman.
Indeed I am, sir. Fancy a cup of tea?
Not if it's any trouble.
Oh, I'll make it, Uncle George.
That's a nice niece you got there.
Yeah. So it would appear.
You've just chucked the job, right?
Yeah, I decided to go straight. Pay my debt to society.
Aren't you studying for some degree?
Yeah, who told you?
Derek Willis. I'm Ronnie Mackay, DS.
Right then. Barclays Bank, Junction, Shanghai Road, Tolstoy Gardens. Got turned over.
Well, I didn't do it.
Bernard Scroop.
Bernard Scroop, small-time villain, 3 years armed robbery, 18 months demanding money with menaces, just done a pontoon for greyhound switching.
We had a whisper it was down to Bernard. 2 in the bank, gorilla masks. 1 with a sledgehammer, 1 with a sawn-off bird gun.
When?
Last Thursday. You must have heard.
No, it's a noisy street. Sound doesn't travel.
About it, eh? You must have heard about it.
I'm out, mate. I'm not one of these ex-coppers that hangs around job pubs boring his old mates.
He's got an alibi.
What?
You.
Me?
Bernie says he was standing out there chewing the fat with you.
At the time of the robbery.
Last Thursday.
Yeah, I did see Bernie. Maybe it was last week.
You had to do better than that.
I don't have to do anything. However, the day that I spoke to Bernie was the day that I made Annie Richards an offer for this gaff, which was the 19th.
What time?
Oh, search me. I know. In the morning. What time's the blagging?
9.
Don't tell him.
Yeah, he's right. I don't know. It's before 10, definitely. Say between 9:15 and 9:45.
Well, you've just spoilt a catch.
We had him banged to rights.
It's not my fault. Sports. Even Ronnie Craig couldn't rob a bank and talk to me at the same time, could he?
Right then. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks, Gov. Right. Now, just who the hell are you?
Lucy McGinty.
Lucy. Tom McGinty's little girl?
The very same.
Have you eaten?
Ah, thanks, so that's great.
So when I heard you'd left, I just thought, well, brilliant. Packed my knickers and my toothbrush, leapt into my chariot and raced full speed to London.
I'm still not quite with you. You sure that won't be too much for you?
Oh, no. I could eat this stuff to a band playing.
So,
Criminology, don't you see? Look, I've just told you I'm at St Andrews doing medieval history. Well, that's a load of crap.
You weren't telling the truth. Wine?
Oh, thanks, yes. No, of course I was.
Have a bottle of that wood varnish.
Something you'll notice, George, is that I can't actually tell lies. I know that's a great feeling in your line.
Fine teeth.
Your old line. Me, I'm just stuck with it. I cannot tell a lie.
I see. So you meant that medievals was crap?
Correct. So I got sidetracked into reading bits of law and bits of crime. I'm having an affair with a lecturer in forensics and criminology.
Ah, what's his name?
Martin.
Yeah?
Borthwaite.
Ah, yeah, he's a joke. I heard him at Bramshill.
Anyway, all my life, my dad used to tell me...
Oh, now. There was a gentleman. Last of the true detectives.
I thought you were bonkers, you know, nuts. But in a way that worked for you. And for the Met.
Joking.
I was brought up in George Bulman. Given a problem, you know, like a serious one, my dad used to say, now, how would GBH approach this one?
Go on.
Crime according to Bulman, he used to say.
Yeah. It's all very flattering, but what's all this about you coming up here as soon as you and I quit the job?
Well, I mean, it's brilliant. I think it's the best thing you could ever have done.
Done what?
Going private. And I'll tell you something, George. There's no way you can stop me from teaming up with you. I mean, together,
Look, that shop won't feed two hungry mouths. Anyway, what do you know about clocks?
Clocks?
But right, antiques is a blind, but clocks. I'm going to turn that place into the most famous clock hospital in London. Of course, at time.
Clocks?
Clocks.
I thought you'd go private.
Private investigator? Oh, leave it out. I mean, those people are the... Do you know what the Met thinks of private ruddy eyes? Come on, do me a favour.
So what were those coppers doing round at your place?
Some cheap monkeys claiming me for an alias.
Alibi?
Get that alibi. I always get them mixed up.
But you suspect he was involved, though, don't you?
Yeah, it's all down to timing. Exact timing, you know what I mean?
Oh, like Bernie could have done the robbery and passed the time of day with you.
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, then, why didn't you tell that to what's his name? Holmes.
Because he should be doing the thinking, especially with a name like that. Now, tell me something, Tom McGinty's daughter.
If I can.
Why would one elderly woman have another elderly woman's handbag in her possession?
Theft, mistake, gift?
Yes, gift.
All right, yeah. I got the number.
Don't fuss.
You'll live. I got the number.
Yeah, we checked. It belongs to Vet Carlisle.
You haven't offended any sheep recently, Gov?
Getting knotted.
Do you know who it is, George?
Oh, it could be anybody, you know, now that the word is that I'm out. few scores to settle.
Bernie Scroop isn't about 35, is he? Wavy black hair, quite tall, jeans, leather jacket, you know, a bit smartish.
No.
Bernie Scroop? How do you know that monkey?
Oh, well, he gave my name as an alibi, but on reflection, he could come unstuck on the Times.
Geez, man, you don't stay out of trouble long, do you?
Why didn't you tell us, George?
Well, Dennis Holmes is running it. Serious crime.
At least you might have told me.
Oh, I'm just John's citizen now. Let the process take its course.
You know Bernard Scroop's a nutter, Chief.
I'm not your chief.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, I've got a rough idea.
You're not coming, George. Just tell us.
It was, you know, I've just forgotten.
Bugger you. Come on, then. Let's go on with it.
Right, stay and mind the shop.
I'll do exactly what I want.
You want to help or not?
No, well, I'm not... What? Oh, magic!
Yeah. Remember I was telling you about two old ladies?
Handbag, airline tickets.
Yeah. Well, there's a notebook in the drawer up there. Read it and see if your McGinty mind can get to the bottom of it, eh?
A case.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow. Roger. And out.
Tommy McGinty, a Polish man of note, fell into a fortune and he thought he'd buy a goat. If you and Tom McGinty had ever teamed up, George, it would have been chaos.
Yeah. Not much use to us here, though, is it?
And nobody so far has ID'd the dead woman.
Now, the ticket's for tomorrow. 7 o'clock, Heathrow in the morning. Maybe I'll just see if she turns up.
Have you checked the airlines, passenger list?
I was on my way to when I got mugged by a bleeding Cherokee, didn't I?
Hello, Mr. Bulman. How's crime?
Now, there's a funny thing. As a matter of fact, Bernie, I was going to ask you.
Meaning?
You were seen.
Do what?
In the Yank motor, you were seen.
Not with you, Squire.
Hey, you got some great films in here, haven't you? Yeah. What you got in the back room?
Mind your own business. You're out of the filth now, remember?
The little matter of an alibi, Bernard.
Alibi, George. I was with you, locked in deep conversation at the time of that blagging.
Look, I've got a watertight memory for incidents and for times of the day. Comes from years of catching stupid monkeys like you. You know why blokes like you keep on getting nicked? Because you're dead stupid.
All right, that's it. Come on, out. Out. Go on, mate. Get lost, right? Before I have to sort you out, mate. You ain't got a tin badge to hide behind now, have you? Come on, out. The
citizen to citizen, Pelling. You tried to shoot me today. Why?
I didn't. On my baby son's eyes, I didn't.
Who?
Look, I don't know. Look, you can't do this to me, you know. You need to croak me.
So, run to the law, then. You've got nothing to hide.
Mr. Bulman, I had nothing to do with it. Attempted murder, eh? That's a cock and hen with my history.
Your alibi won't wash, you know. We talked at 9:20. You still had time to do the money shot.
I did not try to kill you.
Oh, you're right. My son.
Try looking a bit closer to home, mate.
You what?
Just what I said, all right? I don't ask no more. For he who shoots at coppers, well, ex-coppers, would be quite happy to take a Black and Decker to a simple bloke like me.
Who?
Why don't you touch up one of your grasses, eh? One of your regulars.
Which one?
It's Kevin, isn't it?
Who?
Kevin the barman, all right?
That better be kosher.
Yeah, well, if it is, do you reckon you could help me out on the timings of the 19th, Mr. B, eh? Because I'll tell you what, that D.I. Holmes, right, he's got it in for me.
Yeah.
He's going to chuck away the key, he will. Can smell the Ville now, mate. 8 years, eh? That make me old. I mean, look, you're on this side of the street now, George, eh? Do me a favour, and I owe you one. All right?
You make me puke. Good day, madam.
You wouldn't have done that when you were a copper.
Nah, being a civvy has its compensations.
Is he in the frame?
He's not involved.
In the bank robbery or the shooting?
The shooting's not down to him.
How about the bank alibi? The timings?
I don't know, Derek. That's something I'll have to sit down and work out. Hang on, I must dash.
George, I'm going to need a statement.
Later, Jack. All right? We can drop you off. No, it's no problem.
We are not permitted to give details of passenger bookings.
Look, she's an old lady, and she's a dear friend of my employer. Now, all we want to know is she booked for the right flight? It's just to help her, really. Because, well, she gets confused, you know. And our daughter needs to be sure to meet her at the other end.
It is international regulations. We are not permitted.
It's worth £5, £10 to my employer. Just to be sure.
Whoa! Stop! Stop!
It's the game.
You want to earn 10 quid?
Doing what?
Let me a bite for an hour.
What for?
Emergency.
This one of them TV programs?
No, it's...
Justice and emergency.
20.
20 nicker?
Yeah, here.
You're on the run from the law.
Yeah.
Here, take it, man.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it, brother. I only nicked it an hour ago. You've done it all. You've broken every code. Appalled the rebel to the floor. Exposed the game. No matter what.
Hang on.
But only metal.
Pint of Mother O'Grady's morning tea, please, Kevin.
Anything in the paper?
Well, I ain't ready yet, have I?
Peter, the walking man, was in here lunchtime, looking prosperous.
Don't tell me, my son. I'm no longer interested.
Yeah. I heard you chucked it. So, who's gonna give us a bun now?
Oh, right. Well, I'll tell you what we do. You just phone this number here, and you ask for Derek. And you tell him that you want to put a bet on the fly's eye. And that'll identify you, then you just give him the spiel.
Fly's eye?
Yeah, I'll fill him in.
Can I meet him?
No, you just, you just give him something kosher, and then he'll see you all right. But don't give him no rubbish, right?
I like to, know who I'm dealing with, face to face.
And Kevin, much as I do appreciate the odd word on who pops in this boozy, you're not exactly deep throat, are you? Pass us that phone, the one you got under the bar.
What?
Pass us the phone you got under the bar.
Who do you think you are? Mickey Spillane? Use a coin box, like everybody else.
Maybe we can still do business.
Such as?
Well, as you must be aware, Sunshine, somebody tried to croak me today.
Really? Who want to hurt you, Mr. Bulman?
Big Yank motor, Cherokee.
I'll keep my ears open.
A little whisper has reached me, Kevin.
Saying what?
Saying, my old son, that you know the whereabouts of said motor.
It'll cost you more than a score, mate.
I used violence today to obtain information. I can't think what got into me, Kevin. I mean, maybe it's because I'm not in the job now, or maybe it's because I take attempts on my life dead serious. You know what I mean?
Call it 50.
Call it 20, and I won't tell Billy Black, who put his kid brother away for 5 years.
I wonder somebody tried to shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny old world, isn't it? Oh. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, put me 20p on Fly's eye, will you? Yes.
Get your man?
Not yet. Had any luck with Annie?
Well, she's vanished without trace. I went up west to the bucket shop, and Annie Richards is booked on tomorrow morning's flight. 11 o'clock at Heathrow. Nobody remembers her buying the ticket. George, who was that bloke trying your door today?
What man?
About 35, wavy black hair.
Oh, yes, jeans and leather jacket. Yes, you mentioned him.
Well, he was trying a key in your door.
Didn't hear anything.
Well, the shop looked empty. Maybe he was a screwsman. Maybe, George, he was the bloke with the shotgun.
Could be.
You've had second thoughts, haven't you?
What about?
Well, cases and you and me, specifically me, on the payroll.
You know why I bought this shop?
Clocks, you told me.
Honest to God, Lucy, if some idiot hadn't tried to kill me today, I'd be well on the way to sorting this place out. Newspaper ads, circulars, all that sort of thing.
And what about Annie Richards? And the dead woman as yet unidentified, lying in the morgue with Annie's handbag.
Her handbag's in the nick. Well, as soon as I'd sorted out that problem, I'd be back here, working on me clock hospital.
George, you remember the case of the Polish acrobat?
Yeah, Miroslav Wojciechowska.
Or the mercenary shootings, when you worked out that a man who'd been buried in darkest Africa was still alive. And the reason for it all?
Oh, simple deduction.
Deduction. The stuff of detection, George. Investigation, analysis, and deduction.
Your father's words.
My lover's. Oh, George, you wrote the book on detection in the city. Maybe you weren't always popular, but nobody could deny that you were one of the best. A bit quirky, perhaps?
Quirky? Me?
How many clockmakers are there in London, George? 100? 200? I'm talking about master craftsmen. Now, George, I know your granda was one of the ace clock menders in the Western Hemisphere, but face it, there must be a couple of hundred better than you.
I happen to like clocks and mending them.
Yes. Well, don't confuse liking a lifestyle with earning a living.
Meaning?
Meaning, why should people flock to the Shanghai Road to have their clocks mended by an out-of-work Rosa? I mean, George, you're a detective, not a clock mender. Not professionally.
Now she tells me.
So, what now?
Well, first I've got to find out who wants me dead.
And I'm helping.
I want to track down Annie Richards.
Me too.
But, in the long run...
George, you were born to be a detective. Look, there's terrific scope for a private eye.
Such as?
Insurance fraud, industrial espionage, kidnapping, blackmail. Oh, 100 areas we can move in easier than the police. And it's profitable.
You know, all my life I've pined for a proper education, you know, university. I mean, medieval history, it might seem a bit out of touch, but once you've graduated...
Do you think I'm a silly wee girl, eh? Is that it?
No. I just think, if I had your opportunity...
Well, that's a subjective, egocentric point of view. I have thought this through.
So how will you survive?
I'll go in the dole. I'll sleep in the car. I'll use the laundrette in the public baths.
Well, suppose you have been some help.
Don't do me any favours.
All right, just on this case, then, huh?
George, there's a world of crime out there.
You can sleep in the shop if I can use your motor.
And use the bath in your flat.
Yeah, okay.
Terrific.
Right, partner. Go and get some food, then come back here, man the phone and try to get some shut-eye. Also, any thoughts you may have on the Annie Richards mystery.
Great.
And give us the key to our car. You're skinned, aren't you?
I'm afraid so.
There you go.
Take care.
Oh, and make a note. Don't mother me.
George? George, is that you?
Different registration plates, but I'd know that motor anywhere.
What do you want to do?
Nondescript of OT. If nobody turns up within 24 hours, then put forensic onto it. I mean, let's give him a chance to use his motor, right?
I can do forensic, but I can't do the obbo. I'm up to here. I'd nip down and take a look for myself.
Good night.
Forget it? I can't forget it, George, can I? This was the motor used in an attempted murder.
Well, all right, look, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe it's not the motor. Look, Derek, forget that I phoned it in till this morning. I'll take a look at it myself. If anybody turns up, I'll let you know, all right?
All right, but you take care. You haven't the same backup now.
Yeah. Don't I know it?
Hello?
Age 35, blue jeans, leather jacket, and dark, wavy hair.
You found him.
Yeah, you're a good girl, Lucy. Now, do me a favour.
George, he was here last night.
What? Are you all right?
Yes, he ran off. Then I took the office apart, and you know what I found?
Tell me later. Look, Bell D23, New Scotland Yard, extension 7118.
7118.
Yep. Ask for Derek or Jack. Tell them that the American motor will be at Heathrow in an hour, okay?
Yes, but I want to tell you about...
I'll see you later, okay? David Stone.
Greetings, George.
Not back over the sun again, are we?
No, 2 weeks on the Costa Brava is more than flesh and blood can stand. So, how's business?
Oh, bloody customs and excise. They've got a heroin game playing just now. They won't let us in.
Never mind. Do you want a tickle?
Depends.
There's a bit of a monkey Jew in here with an old lady. Now, he's a right naughty bloke.
What, with his wife?
No. An old lady, not his old lady. Reason to suspect that he might be carrying
drugs,
shooters, firearms.
You're a nutter, Vic. I said my prayers. That Vic's a nutter, I said to myself.
No. Your old man and me shared a cell together. There's certain things Annie just ain't done. Like I wouldn't break into the shop while you had it.
Sorry about your mum. Even if she did nick me out there.
You'd have got your bag back if the silly cow hadn't gone and fallen under a bus.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
And what's your interest?
Well, I want to get the old dear away from him. She's a friend of mine, and I reckon she's got problems.
So, you want me to pull Chummy, remove him from the scene?
Yeah, can do.
Well, if he's clean, I'll have to let him go.
Yeah, but if I can talk to her just for a few minutes, then if there's other charges, at least you've got the body.
George, I thought you were out of it.
I'm still a citizen, Stanley.
I think you've got me booked on the 11 o'clock to Adelaide.
What name, madam?
Richards. A. Richards.
Yes. Have you got your ticket?
I'm afraid I've lost it.
I'll have to ask you to sign a form of indemnification, madam.
Right. Zulu, this is Alpha.
Excuse me, sir. Do you come along with us, please?
What the devil you...
I've been looking up hill and down dale for you, Annie.
George.
That Vic's a naughty ponce, got bags of full.
Well, what if he is? He ain't done no crime.
Did you come here in that big yank motor of his?
Oh, leave it out. His mum's just died.
Annie, he tried to kill me yesterday. Now, you weren't in on that, were you? Surely. Huh? Come.
Regular nut. I think his old dear getting knocked down deranged him.
The woman with your handbag.
We saw a lot of each other, Ruth and me. She was a cleaner. Did for a couple of posh houses in the West End.
Yeah, I bet she did.
Oh, George, she didn't deserve to go under a bus.
No, of course not.
Anyway, Ruth nicked me, well, borrowed me handbag for the keys, you see.
Ah, so that Vic could get in the easy way.
Well, breaking and entering wasn't in his line.
He imprisoned you against your will, Annie. That's good enough for 5 years.
Anyway, I was staying at Ruth's place, seeing as how I'd let the flat. Then I missed my handbag. Well, Ruth didn't come back that night. And then Vic came in with tears streaming down his cheeks, saying how his mum had been knocked over by a bus and it was all my fault. Then he knocked me about and shouted and locked me in my room and said if he didn't get his hands on the stuff that my Jim had got stashed away, he'd do me in. Well, George, I was quite scared.
Calm. It's all right now.
George. Crawford's clean. There's nothing for us to hold him on.
He tried to shoot me yesterday. His motor's here.
If that's clean, we're in trouble.
Right, off you go. Into the sun, through that door there.
You've got me tickets.
Oh, yeah. Hey, send us a postcard now. Right. You got the keys to his car?
I'm not happy.
Was I ever wrong?
I thought you'd bought an antique shop.
Come on. Open this bleeding car.
There's nothing here.
Eureka.
Police, freeze! I'm D.I. Stone, Airport Special Branch. Brief. Thumb and forefinger. You! Lay the shooter down, keeping it broken. Now walk away. Stop. Lay face down on the ground, legs apart, arms above your head.
Excuse me, Squire. Exactly who are you?
I'm the man with the gun. Who's he?
Name of Bulman, ex-job. He gave me information leading to the discovery of that shooter. I've got a body for it in the airport nick.
Sorry, Bulman.
It's not your fault, Sonny. Whose firm are you with?
Intercity, Jack Lambie.
Oh, Intercity. Thought the Jack might have come himself. Or Willis.
We're a bit busy these days. This the motor used in the attempted murder, is it?
Yeah, Chummy's a villain named Vic Crawford.
Oh, yes. Cozy corner car sales, a right monkey.
Huh. A right monkey. Whose team are you with, Claude? DS Willis?
I'm the new DCI, actually. I work with Jack Lambie, 2IC.
Terrific.
Your old job?
Not me, mate. I'm in antiques.
You can't just walk off like that. There's formalities.
I think you just brought home to the man something he's been trying to avoid.
What's that?
He's no longer one of us.
Well, I don't know what I expected, really. I think I thought, well, I'll wrap up this case single-handed. And then Jack Lambie and D.S. Willis would turn up with maybe some of the old crowd. And they'd all say, George, old boy, you haven't lost your touch. And this monstrous ego would have been well pleased. And we'd all book Chummy and down the boozer for an ease up.
Instead of which
His humorless pillock turns up, complete bleeding stranger, makes me lay him a boat race on the ground.
Sic transit gloria.
Yeah. Still, do me a favour, really. Made me realise the horrible truth. Every man is an island. Good grub, this.
Yes, we try to run a decent ferry service.
Tom McGinty's daughter. Did you get anywhere near solving the events of the past few days, eh?
No. But I did find this.
What's that?
Well, you know I did medieval history, George.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the Grenville facsimiles of the Runnymede map. Now, the original was made in 1215 and signed by King John and all the nobles present at the signing of the Magna Carta.
King John. Runnymede. The Magna Carta. Oh, Lucy. The Grenville. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. How much? 100 grand?
Oh, I think...
Yes?
In this condition...
Yes?
At Sotheby's.
Don't tease, Lucy.
About 60 quid.
Daughter was a dancer involves Bulman next Tuesday at 1:30.
Good morning. Open University philosophy exam. Oh, right. Straight up there and through the door. Thank you. Morning.
Name,
Bulman, George.
initial,
K.
in there. Coat and bags on the table.
Yep.
You're almost late.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was bang on time.
If everyone turned up bang on time, where would we be?
Now, that's a very good question.
Where's George?
Dunno. He sloped off early, looking very furtive.
On a case, is he?
I wish he was. Wish I was.
Business not good then?
Oh, it would be if we didn't turn down so much.
Well, he won't touch divorce. Don't blame him for that. How's the clock making?
Surprisingly fair. The word seems to be getting around, you know.
Is he any good at that?
Apparently. Of course, he does have the hands of a brain surgeon.
Can you fix that up for me?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
I don't know. But he's been sitting up at nights, getting more and more nervous.
Come on, I'll buy you a beer.
I have to get changed, actually.
Which line?
Ex-tutor from St. Andrews. One of his old students has got himself extremely rich. He's throwing a reception, and Martin's asked me to go with him.
Martin who?
Borthwheat. Lectures in forensics and criminology.
Never heard of him. Hey, how do you know?
An ex. Now, what did you really come for?
Advice.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
How did you do?
Now, that bit about Kant, do you think they wanted a reference to his Mephistophelian dialogue?
I've never heard of it. How about Plato? Did you understand the question?
Well, I chose Marx's theory and the inbuilt inhibitors of dialectic.
My husband will laugh if I fail this exam. Oof, I'm ravenous. Hey, do you like salami?
Yes?
Come on, I'm going to give you lunch. Clock Hospital.
Yeah.
What a lovely business.
Yeah, it has its moments. Oh.
What will you do when you get your degree?
I'll tell you the truth, Gwen. It'll be an embarrassment.
Why?
Well, in my old job, it's a standing joke. George Bulman studying at Open University. I'd have chucked it in years ago, except...
You want to rub their noses in it.
Precisely.
Martin?
Dick. Lucy McGinty, one-time medieval student. Chucked it all in for some harebrained scheme.
Nice to meet you, Lucy. And welcome.
I keep reading about you in the Financial Times.
What do you do?
Oh, just a bit of commerce, Lucy. Terribly vulgar.
Oh, Richard's into petroleum, sugar, wheat for Russia, aircraft parts for China, and now patron of the arts.
So you keep the wolf from the door?
Just about.
Oh, I really like that.
Well, that's fantastic.
What's fantastic?
This is Fiona. Fiona doesn't like it when I smile at pretty girls.
Hello, I'm Lucy McGinty. What's fantastic?
Lucy's a private detective. Apprentice.
Terrific. Maybe she could be your bodyguard.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
I have a rehearsal at 3.
Sebastian will drive you.
I can walk.
Sebastian will drive you. You don't know any bodyguards, do you?
Are you serious? Richard is always serious. Aren't you, darling? I'm sure I've seen your friend somewhere.
On television. She's a dancer. She does advertisements.
Oh. Now, why would you need a bodyguard?
I think someone might try to kill me.
Come on. Come on, you can't leave that here.
So, why did you leave the fort?
Oh, personal.
I'm sorry.
No, the woman.
Secretary?
No.
Colleague?
Wife of.
George? Someone important?
Yeah. That bloke over there, actually.
You're trying to get yourself killed. Who's it, bud?
Oh, that's Gwen Thomas. Are you just passing, Jack?
Oh, I'm looking for you.
Social, domestic, or pleasure?
I got a bit of bother.
Well,
All right. You'll be in time for your bloody exam.
How do you know about the exam?
I'm a detective, remember?
Essence of criminology is that lateral, rather than a classic jigsaw process. Understand it, an installation.
And a few of the deals I arranged make me personally vulnerable.
Who do you deal with like that?
Red China. A few armaments dealers. Even sugar can get you in lumber if too many people lose too much money.
I don't think you're being frank.
Now tell me about this boss of yours.
George Bulman, ex-detective chief inspector, New Scotland Yard. Flying squad, special branch, murder squad, intercity.
Now he's a private eye, mending clocks to pay the rent.
Martin?
He sounds like the man for me.
I wish he was.
Too busy?
No, he wouldn't take a bodyguard job. He solves crime.
Prima donna Dick. Only classic crimes for George. Sees himself as a mixture between Sherlock Holmes and Philip Marlowe.
But he doesn't like Martin.
The feeling's mutual.
500 a week.
I don't want...
Cash.
He's actually not a thug.
I don't want a thug. What I need is an experienced professional to advise me what to do to stay alive over the next 6 months.
think he's serious.
Well, if you can give me some idea of the precise thread.
I will. When I meet this man, Bulman.
Well, I can't see him.
Good assignment for your firm. We'll travel. West Indies, China, Rome, Africa.
Take it. Well, cuckoo clocks.
Bang on time again.
I got held up.
You're due to go in. Through there, up the stairs, second right.
Thank you.
It's all right, come in. We won't eat you.
Sorry that I'm not on time, gentlemen. The traffic.
Please sit down.
Yes, not exactly mastermind, is it?
No, I think you'll find us just a little bit more demanding.
You are...
Bulman, George K.
Not here. Still typical of our office. You have registered, have you?
Oh, yes, I've got all the bump...
It's all right, Mr. Bulman. Jim? Professor Runcie.
How applicable is Dokuchaev's classification to soil in New South Wales and Queensland?
Put yourself at ease, Mr. Bulman. First question's often a bit off-putting, isn't it? Would you like to move on to question number 2? Right. There are major landslips in Bolivia during road construction due to plasticity of the soil, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be your reaction to the use of the Casa Grande technique to determine the relevant upper and lower Atterberg limits?
As through an arch, the violent, roaring tide outruns the eye that doth behold his haste. Yet in the eddy boundeth in his pride back to the strait that forced him on so fast. In rage sent out, recalled in rage being past. Even so, his sighs, his sorrows make us soar, to push grief on and back the same grief draw.
Remarkable. I never went very much for the Casa Grande technique myself.
You have a strangely personal view of geomorphology, Mr. Bulman.
Yeah. Geomorphology.
Excuse me. Mr. Bulman, you are sitting the wrong examination. English literature is across the hall. You'll be 4 minutes late.
Perfect timing, George.
Well, first time today.
You look shattered. Where have you been?
Philosophy 1 paper. An English lit after lunch with a passing bite at geomorphology. Well, that was a mistake.
Open University.
Closed to me now, I reckon.
So you finally sat an exam.
Finally is the word. You know, I actually went to a geomorphology exam by mistake.
Oh, no. How did you get on? Oh, how did you get on?
Well, philosophy was hard, but I don't think I cocked it up too much. The English, well, you know, they didn't ask me one question I'd studied properly. What are you wearing that for? Somebody died?
This, George, is my little black dress.
Oh, going out then?
I've been. A reception in fashionable Dockland. Old friend from university.
Yes, well, no, that is, don't we?
I met a tycoon today.
Mm-hmm.
Called Richard Pelling, who is a very handsome man and very full of himself, and who has offered us a contract.
Contract?
Mm-hmm. 600 a week for you, 200 a week office expenses, that is me, and all travel first class.
Travel? Where?
Oh, Rome, Montreal, Peking, Bolivia.
Bolivia? What's the case?
Well, Pelling is in the international market, George. You know the kind of thing. Wheat to Russia, rice to Nicaragua, gold to Geneva. So he's vulnerable.
So he gets himself a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't know how. So he wants us to examine his lifestyle, his potential enemies.
Look, love, bodyguards aren't in my line, not even for millionaires.
Are you expecting anything?
Mr. G. Bulman. Who wants him? It's a package. Here. Sign here.
What is it?
Probably a bomb.
Who would want to blow you up? Apart, of course, from the entire Scroops family. And, of course,
Yes,
always
all
that...
right, all right. I get the picture.
Tell you much?
Well, it's not saying tick-tock, tick-tock.
You be careful, George. You know how good I am at first aid.
What is this?
Money.
Mr. Bulman, when Lucy told me all about you, I knew you were the right man for the job. Please find enclosed £4,000 being your first month's fee. I hope you're not offended, but I believe in putting my money on the table. Come with me tomorrow at 10. It's signed Dick Pelling. Good notepaper and expensive watermark.
I think that's our best fee yet.
Miss McGinty, this is not a fee. This is simply a box of money which I can't, and you can't, in all honesty, earn.
Oh, come on, George. Stop being so sanctimonious.
Look, we're getting a good name for ourselves, but this is not the way to go. Eye on the ball, Lucy.
I think we've just had a board meeting. I'll take the money back.
No, we both will. There's no point in being rude to your friend, and I can put him in touch with the Gen people.
That tea'll be cold.
Well, what's all this then?
You like Richard, George? He's almost as pompous as you are.
Yeah. Ah, you look busy, Jim.
Watch it, George. Won't mess up there.
What's in the frame?
Murder most foul. You'll find more brains up there than bleeding mastermind.
Who's the victim?
Pelling. Richard Anthony Pelling. Excuse me.
Who'll be handling this one, then?
D.S. Turpin's in charge, but he's tied up with the Marleybone waiters killing.
Ah. What do you know about Pelling?
Just what you said. Residences all over the place. Bahamas, Monaco, Hong Kong, Los Angeles.
Any sign of a break-in?
George, what is your interest?
Well, he offered me a job.
Good Missoula?
Yeah. I turned it down. Who's handling his estate? Only I've got some documents to return.
Leave them with me. Okay. Call me in the morning. Things are a bit iffy right now. Poor bastard. Pity you couldn't have got here a bit sooner.
I don't see why you couldn't have got me into the scene of the crime, George. I mean, how am I supposed to learn?
Lucy, a human being is dead up there. You were with him at lunchtime. Quite a nice bloke with the sound of his letter to me.
All right, I'm sorry.
But this is not a bloody game, girl.
I am not Batman, and you are not Robin. One of God's creatures, all right? Not a jolly good chance for some forensic experience. And you didn't even lock the car.
Business is doing all right, is it?
No, I was more on my toes today, Jack. I'd have been £4 the richer, and with a life leading client.
Let's go in there. Is this Pelling business?
As if you didn't know.
Yeah. The bloke knew by all accounts. Someone was gunning for him. Listen, all right if I have a word with Lucy, get a statement.
Thought this was Moisha Turpin's case.
You don't want them nosing around you and your apprentice, do you?
Are you coppering me, Jack?
Would I, dear?
I've got all this money I want to pay back to the estate.
£4
Yeah, but I can't find anybody that wants to know. Even the lawyers say pass. Look, here's the letter.
Looks like you're under an obligation.
To do what?
You know what.
Who let you in anyway? Young copper over there. All I said was, evening all.
I love his balls.
Yeah. See, he knew. He hired himself an investigator. Is this the... Look, so long as we catch whoever topped him, right? Right. Right, then.
Good morning.
Paramedic banjos ×3.
3?
Yeah, I'm Ravenous, Tom McGinty's girl. Been doing some work for a change. Well, get the kettle on.
Tea's made. What sort of work?
Oh, I've been round the murder gaff, clocking the scene there. This is domestic. The investigation's in trouble.
What investigation's that?
Well, I've been thinking. Your friend Pelling asked me for help. If I hadn't been so ruddy pompous, he might still be with us.
So now we take the case.
Yeah, well, he's paid us.
The beginning is okay. I think we really get the end a lot tighter. We get those walks tight, finish on the 8th, and we get it all. Aerobics classes are upstairs.
No. I'm looking for Fiona McPherson.
Yeah, so are we, darling. If you see her, let us know. Listen, let's go back to the beginning again, and then work on those, get all those walks really cleaned up. Okay? Yeah, over here, please, Stu. Over. Come on. All right. Anyway, you're not Scottish.
No, but my grandmother was born in Bengal.
Come on, let's get it right, yeah? That's better. That's better. Is Fiona having problems?
Richard's dead.
Oh, she'll be sad. Come on, again, please.
What? Sad? Just sad?
You know Fiona. That's good.
No, well, I didn't know her that well. I'm just working for the Pelling estate.
I'm sorry, I thought you were somebody else. Come on, over here. That's good. Keep your
when
head.
did you last see her?
Sharp head. Sharp head.
When did you last see her?
Must have been yesterday. We were working in the afternoon from 3 till 7. Sebastian didn't come and pick her up. Come on, let's talk. Come on, get on with the work. Come on.
Where did she go?
I've got a horrible feeling she went down to the High Moon. That's good, Leslie.
What happens there?
Come on, now listen, get this right. Come on, get...
Richard Pelling was murdered. Brutally.
It's where people go. It's where people go for a habit.
Thank you.
I don't handle that, darling.
I'm not from the VAT, Elsie. I'm looking for information.
We open at 12, we close at 3, we open at 6, we close at 1, the wallpaper's green, the menu's on the counter. End of information.
The drug squad's busting you at 9 p.m.
How do you know?
Because I'm going to phone them. Your black coffee's off. Stand still, sunshine. My name is Bulman, George K. I eat little boys like you for breakfast. No, I am not the VAT man, neither am I the law, nor yet the customs and excise. But all of these people will pick at this high moon till the Gulag Archipelago will seem a welcome relief. Gerald Robert Minter of 836B Fulham Palace Road, unless you answer me fully, truthfully, and politely. Now, when did you last see Fiona McPherson?
Last night.
Who was she with?
Just the crowd.
Where is she now?
I don't know. 2 detectives come in earlier. But what's she done?
What's her habit?
She's supposed to be taking the cure.
And people like you help her not to.
Well, she's a big girl.
Did she ever come in here with Richard?
Plenty of Richards.
This Richard?
Once. Come in with a man in a chauffeur's uniform. They pulled Fiona out, somebody get punched. That's the man.
Her phone number's on the back. Give me a ring if you hear where she is.
And what's in it for me, darling?
Peace of mind. What, you Snowy? How's your feet?
What do you want?
Oh, quick look at forensics. Chat with a quack.
Why?
You know why.
George, you're not entitled.
Oh, come on, mate. Do us a favour. I mean, we're both after the same results.
Yeah, well, I've got a machine behind me, and you can't play.
This one's different. You know it and I know it.
Different? You know how many citizens get found every week with their heads bashed in?
Not millionaires. Not with mafia connections.
What gives you that idea?
Well, you've ruled out robbery and domestic, huh?
Well, if I have, it's still a big jump to the mafia. And what's the mafia when it's at home?
Pelling was in fear of his life. He wanted to mind her. I told you that.
And?
Can I see the autopsy notes?
George, withholding evidence is a crime. Section 36, Criminal Justice Act, in case you've forgotten.
Would I do that? Would I?
It's not personal. But if you get in my way in this, I'll hit you with the system.
Thanks, Jim. You've been a great help.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy.
The dancer's disappeared.
Food's ready, Ma.
Yeah, but she's got an alibi. She was dancing when it happened, rehearsing.
Could be a jealous lover.
Yeah. Yeah, could be. D.I. Snow's getting dead possessive about this one.
Well, Pelling did business with everyone, from the Russians to the Vatican. So maybe the mafia.
Yeah. I told Snow that.
How did you know?
I didn't. Made it up.
Sauce?
Yes, please.
How was the morgue?
Chilly. Snow threw me out.
Well, to hell with the details.
Yeah, but see, until I know the forensic details, I'm whistling in the bleeding dark.
So we break in.
Miss McGinty, this time last year, I was a senior officer in the Metropolitan Police. Do you know what you're suggesting?
So breaking in is ruled out.
Not necessarily. Pelling, RM. Severe contusions, lower left mandible, lacerations to face and scalp caused by heavy blunt instrument. Blows on left temple and right rear cranium structure in front and then behind, which caused complex reduction of skull and severe damage to right side of brain.
Find some forensic samples marked RMP.
Right, photograph them, especially the labels. Well, Mr. Pelling, I hope I earn your money. What's all this then now? Mental colour chart 5, YR oblique valve, 7 oblique chroma 8. Oh, what's all this then? What is it?
Come on, George. Been in here long enough.
Yeah, hang on, just a minute. No traces of this soil was found on the victim's shoes. Well, Lucy, this has been an excellent night's work.
George, give me one good reason why I shouldn't run you in.
Old times.
Wrong answer.
So, what's the score? Did you break anything?
No.
Any locks, any windows?
We're not amateurs.
Oh, yeah? So why didn't you bypass the alarm system?
We'd have had to damage the wiring.
Did you nick anything?
Oh, come on.
Didn't even turn on the lights, so I can't pinch you for stealing electricity.
Jack, we were like ghosts in there.
One night, a ghost got into Thurber's house.
Yeah. And it caused him so much trouble, he wished he'd gone back to bed and let it keep on walking.
How's the BA going?
I missed 2 exams today, Jack. On account of this nonsense, so I suppose it's playing George Bulman's student for another year.
Will you thank whatever God you pray to is not plain George Bulman convict? And if you find Pelling's murderer, would you mind letting the Metropolitan Police Department know?
Thanks, Jack. Owe you one.
What's the medieval for bugger off?
Much the same.
So do it.
Fiona McPherson. Sounds like an extra for Brigadoon.
I'm awful sorry about you here. It was my partner that did it.
Aye, well, he's a thug. I'll get the law in if he shows his face.
I could get him back here. Would you like
like that.
She's gone back to the rehearsal studio.
Good boy.
Just keep him out of here. This is a respectable place.
Thank you, Mr. Pike. That will be all.
Oh dear. Bit ropey on the old Triassic rock formations.
I think it's time for a drink.
Talk about it.
See you in the pub.
Yeah.
Ah, our English scholar.
Dr. Allison.
That's me. How did your Inglet go?
About the same as my geomorphology. I wonder, could you give me some professional advice, Doctor?
What, geomorphology?
No, soil, actually. I'm trying to identify a particular type of soil.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place, then. Doubtless you've read my geomorphology and podology of the arid and semi-arid regions of Central Asia.
Not, I must confess, up to this present moment in
Oh, yeah.
time, no. Yeah, tell me, what can you tell me about this?
Let's have a look. Soil A horizon, that's the surface soil, right? Sandy texture, traces of copper and iron oxide, high in organic matter. Well, it's got a high sodium concentration. The salt crystals are intact. And it's also got some phosphatic deposits. That's bird shit. So it's probably by the sea. An island, maybe? Yeah, Sicily, Malta, Jersey, Orkneys, that sort of thing.
Okay, boys, I want you to go and see.
Look, I'm really sorry about Richard.
Yeah, you would have made out well there.
Oh, come on. Why did he pull you out of the high moon that day?
Of course. You're a detective.
I'm working at it.
Sure, he pulled me out of the moon. Richard Pelling was that kind of guy.
What kind of guy?
He liked to save people from themselves.
For himself.
What kind of a stupid question's that?
I'm a fairly new detective.
It shows.
Lambie must have dug this up from the Clyde. You know that soil from the forensic report? Came off an island. Like, would you believe, Sicily?
I found the dancer.
Ah, beginning to think that she'd OD'd.
You know, she's using this stuff. But apparently, Pelling was trying to get her off it. He spent a bomb in the most expensive cures. That's why he wouldn't let her travel without the chauffeur.
Ah. That's why they pulled her out of the High Moon Cafe.
So, maybe some heroin pusher killed him.
Well, because he deprived them of the custom of one little dancing girl. No, that's hardly possible. Now, if she didn't have an alibi...
Oh, but she has. She's quite a nice kid under all the brass and lip. She's going to need help when Pelling's death hits her.
As long as she doesn't get it out of a needle.
Well, she hasn't got any family to turn to. There's just her father. He lives in Lewis.
Where's that?
He seed. The Outer Hebrides. He's hardly ever been off the island.
Off the what?
Island.
If it's agricultural implements, I'm afraid your journey has been in vain.
No. No, it's not agricultural implements, Mr. McPherson.
As for insurance, well, that's all spoken for already.
No, it's not insurance either.
Will you be from Glasgow?
No. Why do you ask?
It's just you have a kind of foreign accent.
Ah, yes, it's London, actually.
London, is it? So you are not selling agricultural equipment?
No. No, I'm not.
I'm thinking you're not the selling type, Mr. Bulman. You've not come all this way just to admire the view and make my acquaintance.
I have a debt to pay. Mr. McPherson, I'm not of a mind to abuse your natural good manners. So I wonder if maybe we should discuss the matter I came for outside. I don't think I can do so while sharing your food.
As you wish.
Your daughter, Fiona.
I wondered if it was about Fiona.
What age was she when she left?
14. She went to study at the Royal College of Ballet. What a dancer she was. It was like keeping a fawn for a house dog.
So you set her free?
I have a cousin, Kathleen, lives in Twickenham. Fiona wrote every week.
How did you know that she'd stopped going to ballet school?
It was the letters. She had lost her innocence.
Yes, people do.
But not like that.
Letters that only letters Did somebody tell you? What made you sure?
They have the television at the railing.
And you saw her?
There she was. My child from my home. And all our love and patient hope gone to waste.
What did you do?
Are you a father, Mr. Bulman?
I buried my wife last June. And I realized I wanted Fiona to come back home. When she didn't, I went down to London.
And you went to your cousin's house, Kathleen?
Aye.
And you found that Fiona didn't live there anymore?
Yes. Kathleen gave me the address.
But she wasn't there?
She was not.
She was with Richard Pelling?
She was.
Did you confront them?
No, I did not.
Why?
It is her own life, Mr. Bulman. I would not have embarrassed the girl.
So what did you do?
I waited around her rooms. I found the place where she practiced. I sat in a den called the High Moon.
And you learnt that she was an addict?
I did.
And you wanted to punish the man responsible?
I wanted to speak to him. Ask him to stop filling my daughter with heroin.
And on Tuesday, the 9th of this month, about 3:30 p.m., you went to his new gallery?
I did.
And what happened?
He started to laugh.
And you killed him?
You're mine. So did you tell him that the fellow he murdered was trying to save his daughter, not corrupt her?
Would you?
What now?
Well, I'll have to find the girl.
So what are you going to say to her?
Jack, I don't know.
Do you want me to find her for you?
Nah. There's some things you got to do yourself.
George, no man is an island.
Don't you believe it?
George Bulman opens Pandora's many boxes in next Tuesday's episode at 1:30.